Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. This is Hemalata from Ponvidyashram. Today's session is continuation of What is Government, Chapter 3 from Social and Political Life 1. In your previous session, you would have understood that how the government works. So how it helps the people when they are in need and how it's making its decisions at correct time and who gave the power to the government for making decisions and types of government like democracy and monarchy. In today's session, we are going to study about democratic governments. What is democracy? The people will elect their leaders. It is democracy, isn't it? In previous session, I told that in next session, we will study about India as a democratic country. India is a democracy. This is the achievement as a result of a long and eventful struggle of Indian people. Before 1947 or 15th August, India was not a democratic country. It was under the British. Before that, before the Britishers came into the picture, India was a large kingdom and there were small kingdoms in India. It was not united and there was no India before 1947. But later on, after the Britishers came into India and started to rule us, the people, the Indian people, started to struggle against them. They wanted freedom. They struggled a lot for freedom and to have their democracy. In not only India, even many other countries all over India got their freedom and democracy by struggling a lot. Now you can understand that why the people in democracy have the full power to elect their leaders. That means they are ruling themselves. Why? Because they struggled and got the independence and they wanted to rule by themselves. So, in a sense, a democracy is ruled by the people. The basic idea is that people rule themselves by participating in the making of these rules. Already you know that how the people will participate in the making rules by electing their leaders. In a democratic governments, people elect their representatives. Democratic governments in our times are usually referred to as representative governments. In representative democracies, people do not participate directly but instead choose their representatives through an election process. These representatives meet and make decisions for the entire population. For example, the class leader, the representative, will be elected for maintaining the class. Likewise, the people get together and vote for a particular person and they will elect that person as their representative to represent that group of people in the government. Nowadays, a government cannot call itself democratic unless it allows what is known as universal adult franchise. This means that all adults in a country are allowed to vote. Universal adult franchise means it's a rule that every adult in the country have the right to vote and elect their leader or representative. But it was not always like this. Can you believe that there was a time when governments did not allow women and the poor to participate in elections? Like the independence we have got it after a long struggle, the people like women and the poor had undergone a lot of struggle to get their right to vote. Even after a country becomes a democracy, the people like women and poor did not been allowed to vote. In the earliest forms, government allowed only men who owned property and were educated to vote. That means the rich men, not women, the rich men who have the property and the educated men alone are allowed to participate in vote. So this meant that women and poor, the property less and the uneducated were not allowed to vote. The country was governed by the rules and regulations that these few men made. Who got the rights to vote in the earliest times? The men who having wealth and the men who are educated. Who were not allowed to vote? Men who are poor and not educated, and women and the poor. These people were not allowed to vote. In India, before independence, only a small minority was allowed to vote, and they therefore came together to determine the fate of the majority. Several people, including Gandhiji, were shocked at the unfairness of this practice and demanded that all adults have the right to vote. So, this is known as universal adult franchise. Before independence, a small group of people were only allowed by the Britishers to vote. So the same practice was happened after the independence also. This was not accepted by all the citizens including Gandhiji, so that they all decided together and they demanded for all the adults in India to have their right to vote. Then the universal adult franchise came into existence and all the adults got their rights to vote in election. Now we will see some other examples from other countries all over the world who the people got their vote by struggling. Nowhere in the world have governments willingly shared power. All over Europe and USA, women and the poor have had to fight for participation in government. Women's struggle to vote strengthened during the First World War. This movement is called the women's suffrage movement, as the term suffrage usually means right to vote. So the women struggled during First World War and started the movement called suffrage. Suffrage means right to vote. So during the war, many men were away fighting, and because of this, women were called upon to do work that was earlier considered as only men's work. Many women began organizing and managing different kinds of work. When people saw this, they began to wonder why they had created so many unfair stereotypes about women and what they were capable of doing. So, the women who have been treated unequally and the men who were got their rights and were treated at a higher status, now the people who saw that the women are also capable of doing all the works which were done by men. So during the war, women proved themselves that they are capable of doing any kind of work which was once upon a time only considered as a men work. So women began to be seen as being equally capable of making decisions. The suffragettes demanded the right to vote for all women, and get their demands heard, they chained themselves to railings in public places. Many suffragettes were imprisoned and went on hunger strikes. They had to be fed by force. So, the women who were struggling for suffrage were called as suffragettes. So these people demanded for right to vote for all the women. How the suffragettes expressed their views against the opposition of their right to vote by chained themselves to railings in public places and also by hunger strikes. So they went on hunger strikes and chained themselves on railings. This showed their oppose against the men. So after that, American women got the right to vote in 1920, while women in the UK got to vote in the same terms as men some years later in 1928. Then American women got right to vote in 1920. Later on, after some times, by these kind of same struggles happened in UK. The women also struggled likewise in the American women. They also got their vote to right later on during 1928. Gandhiji wrote a journal in Young India in 1931. Gandhiji said, I cannot possibly bear the idea that a man who has got wealth should get the vote, but a man who has got character but no wealth or literacy should have no vote, or that a man who honestly works by the sweat of his brow day in and day out should not have the vote for the crime of being a poor man. These are the words of Gandhiji. What he is saying in his Young India journal, he said that he cannot able to bear that a who got wealth alone is allowed to vote, but the men who got good character and who did not have literacy are not allowed to vote, and the man who is very honest in his works and working very hardly by day and night are not allowed to vote. What is the crime these kind of men done? Only the crime of being a poor man. This is the only crime they had done. For this they have been denied. Because of this they are denied to vote. So this is the words of Gandhiji. He expressed his views against the rule which was followed during earliest period of independence. Why it is necessary that everybody have the equal rights to vote? Why? Because only when everybody got the equal rights to vote, then the leader or the representative who is participating in the election will be elected in a perfect way. The maximum number of people have to elect their leader. Now we will have a small recap about this chapter. What is government? How does the government works? The government have the job of protecting the boundaries and the country by maintaining peaceful relations with the other countries, and also it is responsible for ensuring that whether all the citizens have enough to eat and to have good health facilities, and it organizes when the people are in need during any disasters. What are the levels of government? There are three levels of government, that is local or district level, state level and national level. These are the three levels of government. Government makes laws that everyone who lives in the country has to follow. The government have the power to make the decision and to enforce the decision on the citizens. And who gave the power to the government? For making decisions and to enforce laws. Like types of governments are there. Democracy, monarchy are the two types we saw in this chapter. In a democratic country, the people gave the power to the government to make decisions and to enforce the decisions on people. Democratic country, the government has to explain its actions and defend its decisions to the people. Another form is monarchy. Monarch is king, and monarch may have small group of people to discuss, but the final decision making power laid with the king. Monarch is not answerable to anyone. Then we had studied about democratic governments. India as a democratic country, in the earlier times it was not universal adult franchise was not followed in India, but later on after struggles the people, women and the poor and men who was poor and non-literate got their right to vote after doing lot of struggles. And also we saw that women in America and UK also got their right to vote by lot of struggles. So American women got their right to vote in 1920, the UK women got in 1928. All the citizens in the country have to get their right to vote. Why? Then only the representatives who have been elected by them will do their work in a proper way. Only when all the citizens are participating in the election, the leader who have been elected by them will be elected in a equal voting. So the elections were conducted so that every citizen of a country can vote and represent their leaders on behalf of them. Thank you.